What is going on, guys? Matty G back here with you on Football with Flags. Thanks so much for joining us as always. Guys, today we've got an updated look on each individual group for the qualifying stages for the Euros in next summer 2024 in Germany. And just want to go over each group, see where everybody is currently after the first couple of windows, as well as show what our predictions were for the top two to advance automatically to the finals from each group. Guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And let's get right into this. Scotland running away with it right now in Group A with 12 points, 4 wins out of 4. Meanwhile, Georgia have a goal differential advantage over Norway for that second place spot. Spain with just 3 points in 4th, and Cyprus with nothing there at the bottom. Let's start off with Scotland, who again have had some really impressive performances thus far, beating Spain 2-0 at home, 2 goals from Scott McTominay, and then a 2-1 win over Norway on the road. Erling Haaland scores a penalty in the second half. But then he is substituted off later in the half, and Scotland go on to score 2 goals after that right before the end of normal time and steal that victory away. As for Georgia, really solid so far. They took a draw against Norway at home, 1-1. That's why they are still sitting in second. But keep in mind for Spain, one of their windows have already been taken away. They had to use that for the UEFA Nations League semi and final that they played in. So that's why they only have 3 points at the moment, sitting in 4th. A good opportunity for them once the next window comes around to hopefully jump up. But that's why they are currently sitting in 4th. Group B currently sees France at the top with 12 points, while Greece is in second with 6. Ireland taking a goal differential advantage over Netherlands for that 3rd place spot at the moment, and Gibraltar at the bottom, yet to score a single goal so far in qualifying through 4 games. France, interestingly enough, their best result so far was a 4-0 win against the Netherlands back in the spring. They had 3 goals inside the first 21 minutes. They did have some tough run-ins with Greece and Ireland, but still got the job done so far. Keep in mind, though, Ireland do still need to try and qualify automatically through the top 2 spots. Greece are the only one, besides Netherlands in this group, that have an assured spot, at least in the playoffs, through Nations League. So keep an eye out for that. But at the moment, Greece at least putting themselves in a good position. But again, Netherlands, the same as we talked about with Spain, they've only played 2 games so far in qualifying due to their window being cut off for the UEFA Nations League competition. So they've only got 2 games under their belt, and that's why they currently sit at 3 points. Group C sees the 3 Lions absolutely dominating this table at the moment with a plus 14 goal differential, including a 7-0 win over North Macedonia. Meanwhile, Ukraine sit in second place with 6 points after 3 fixtures. Italy and North Macedonia tied with 3 apiece at the moment. And then unfortunately for Malta, down at the bottom, just 1 goal so far through 4 games, a negative 8 goal differential at the moment. Keep in mind, remember, North Macedonia were the team to defeat Italy and beat them in the World Cup playoff to send them home, missing their 2nd straight World Cup finals. That's the next fixture up for these 2 teams in September. That game will be in North Macedonia, so keep an eye out for that one. Italy are the only team in this group with an automatic spot, potentially in a playoff from the Nations League. So Ukraine really need to do all they possibly can to make sure they get that 2nd place spot and force Italy into another playoff for another major competition. Group D sees Turkey at the top with 9 points out of 4 games thus far. Armenia doing very well after 3 fixtures, 6 total points and a plus 2 goal differential. Meanwhile, Croatia, of course, just like Italy, Spain, Netherlands, only have played 2 games so far in this qualifying process, with one of those windows being taken for the UEFA Nations League. Just to give you another reminder, as for Wales, a bit disappointing. 4 fixtures so far in this table, and they've only taken away 4 points. They are in a tough spot, needing automatic qualification. As for Latvia, down at the bottom, a negative 3 goal differential and 0 points after 3 games. They've got a lot of work to do themselves, but Turkey at the top right now, in control and looking pretty good as we head to the second half of these qualifying fixtures. Group E sees a much tighter table than most of the rest right now. Czech Republic at the top with 7 points. Albania in second with 6. Moldova not too bad there in third with 5. And Poland, disappointingly, only 3 points out of 3 games in this qualifying process. And Faroe Islands at the bottom with 1. Again, this group doesn't really have any heavyweights. I think this is fairly wide open. Czech Republic, in terms of our predictions, are looking pretty good. But as for Poland, this is quite disappointing at the moment. Moldova are the only team that have played the total first half of qualification games. They've got 4 under their belt. Meanwhile, everyone else only has 3 at the moment. But again, Czech, we saw them get to the knockout stages in the last edition and take out the Netherlands. Albania, we haven't seen since 2016. They would love to get back into the finals. But again, Poland have a lot of work to do. And again, no one in this group has an automatic qualification spot to the playoffs. Austria sit at the top of Group F with 10 points after 4 games. Belgium in second, Sweden third, and Estonia and Azerbaijan each occupying just a point at the bottom. Keep in mind the top 3 not only made the European finals back in 2021, but they each all advanced to the knockout stages as well. Austria, the only team so far in the group to play 4 games. Everyone else is sitting on 3 fixtures. So again, each team with an opportunity to maybe add some points to their total. But while Austria is sitting in a good spot, I'm not too worried about Belgium at the moment, but I am worried about Sweden after just 3 games, only collecting 3 points. They have not missed the European finals since 1996. They've qualified in every other one since from 2000 on. So this would be a huge disappointment if they weren't able to get into the finals. And keep in mind as well, nobody in this group has an automatic assured spot into the playoffs. So right now, the top 2 with Austria and Belgium sitting fairly comfortably there. But Sweden certainly have a lot of work to do if they want to get back to the Euros. Group G looking pretty comfortably for the 2 up top. That's Hungary and Serbia, each with 7 points. Montenegro in third with 4. Bulgaria there in fourth, and then Lithuania down at the bottom. Our predictions for this group are looking pretty comfortable. Again, Hungary, we saw what a good performance they put on in the Euros last edition against a very difficult group with France, Germany, and Portugal. They are certainly hungry to get back, no pun intended, to get to the group stage and hopefully get to the knockout stages as well if they can. Serbia, meanwhile, are the only team in this group with an assured spot in the playoffs. However, it does look like they might automatically qualify. So Montenegro have got some work to do if they want to try and surpass Serbia for that second place spot. As for Bulgaria and Lithuania, I'm not confident that they are going to be able to muster up enough in their last 5 games to get past not only Montenegro, but possibly Serbia or Hungary as well. Without a doubt, the most interesting group of them all, we've got Finland and Kazakhstan at the top of Group H, Denmark and Slovenia sitting behind them each with 7 points, Northern Ireland in 5th, and then San Marino at the bottom with 0 points and 0 goals through 4 games. Every team has played 4 games thus far. This is the truest form of a table you've seen yet in this video. And again, I think this could go either way. Again, we've got Denmark and Slovenia as our predictions. They could still certainly get up there. But keep in mind, Kazakhstan is the only team in this table with an assured spot, at least in the playoffs via Nations League. They've never qualified for a major tournament, so keep an eye out for them. I feel like Finland possibly could still get through. They've done fairly well thus far. They have a +7 goal differential as well, which is another important statistic I'll remind you of here in a moment. But as for Slovenia, a team that, again, I thought would get through automatically, they have not graced us with their presence in a major tournament since 2010 in the World Cup in South Africa. Again, they're not out of it by any means, but just keep an eye out for them. Certainly a long stretch that they've gone without getting back to a major tournament. Would love to see them possibly get through if so. But the one thing I wanted to mention in terms of goal differential, again, this group very even, very tight right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how they all play against one another come through the second half of this cycle. But with San Marino, unfortunately, being down there at the bottom, these teams have got to use that game as a punching bag of sorts to not only get an advantage on goal differential, but hopefully through their other fixtures help boost them as well, because it could come down to goal differential in the end in terms of who automatically qualifies in those top 2 spots. So trying to get points through those other fixtures, playing the other teams that are more competitive in this group is important, but taking away as much as you possibly can from San Marino could be vital as well in trying to get out of this group and qualify for the Euros. Group I sees Switzerland at the top with 10 points, Romania in second with 8, Israel in third with 7, and then Belarus and Kosovo each occupying 3 points, while Andorra has just 1 at the bottom. This, for me, feels like this group is fairly wrapped up. Again, I know we still have a lot of fixtures left to go, but we did have Switzerland and Romania going through. They're each sitting fairly comfortably there at the top. Israel does have an assured playoff spot via the Nations League. But again, other than that, I don't feel like Belarus, Kosovo, or Andorra are going to be able to do enough through the second half cycle to try and get enough points to get to an automatic qualification spot. So I really feel like this is a 3-horse race at this point. We'll see if Israel can do enough to try and push Romania out. But again, for our predictions, they're looking pretty solid at the moment, and I feel fairly confident that it will continue that way through the second half. Group J has Portugal at the top, 4 wins out of 4 games so far with 12 points. Slovakia in second with 10. Both of those sides looking very comfortable at the moment. Luxembourg, credit to them though, they're sticking in there after 4 fixtures. They've got 7 points themselves. As for Bosnia and Iceland, certainly disappointing. Remember, we saw Bosnia play in the 2014 World Cup down there in Brazil, and then of course Iceland with a fantastic run into 2016 Euros, and just a phenomenal run in the group stage in the 2018 World Cup there in Russia. But currently they only sit with 3 points in this qualification group. As for Liechtenstein, 0 points. They've conceded 14 goals and scored 0 so far in this process. All these teams are on 4 games as well. Keep in mind, Bosnia are the only team in this group with a short playoff spot via Nations League. So again, I don't feel like Iceland's going to have enough in the tank to get back up there, considering this, how far behind they already are. But again, for Luxembourg, even if they're unable to qualify, this is a really good start, to be honest, to go through the first 4 games, be 2-1-1, and just hitting 3 points behind Slovakia. We'll see how they do in the second half. Still a lot of games to go, but credit to them for fighting there and just being in the mix in this group for the Euros. But right now, Portugal and Slovakia, as with our predictions, are looking pretty comfortable at the moment. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're still around in this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button as well. We certainly appreciate your support. We've got plenty more content coming your way. And let us know down in the comments as well your own predictions for this qualification process, who you'd like to see go through, or who you're at least rooting for, as well as maybe predictions for the finals once they come up next summer, who you think might win it all. We'd love to see that down in the comments section and interact with you from there. But again, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Plenty more coming your way. Guys, have a blessed day, and until next time, we will see you soon. Peace out.